Okay, so to get started on Zoom, you're going to search for zoom.us, and then it will prompt you to log into your account. I'm already logged in on this account here. So you'll be brought to this page here with your profile. I want to direct your attention to the left-hand side of the screen here. This profile information isn't so important. What is really important is in the settings. And when you look here, this is where you have a lot of different options for how to set up your meetings in a really effective way. So if you scroll down here, for example, if you're hosting a meeting, if you toggle this off, which I have it off, then no students are able to join the meeting before you arrive. Further down here is you may want to include a password to have students enter when they join the meeting. I've chosen to turn that off. Muting participants upon entry. I've turned this on because this has their microphone starting as off, and then they will need to manually turn that on. So this could give you an opportunity to give a direction or some information prior to them beginning a conversation. This in the chat, it allows the participants everyone to see a chat for all the participants. I've turned off allow meetings to send private one-to-one messages, and I've prevented from saving the chat. So as you can see, these are really important settings that you probably want to go through with some detail to see which you want turned on and which ones you want turned off. Another one down here, which is really important, is screen sharing. So you want to make sure that all participants are able to share their screen. So this could be in a situation where you want to show a piece of student work. You want to be able to have them be able to show what they're working on their screen. Annotation allows you to do certain things to the screen, like circle, highlight, type text, etc. Non-verbal is really important. You have the ability to raise your hand, tell the teacher to go slower or go faster, and these are really great just checks that you, the teacher, see from the student that don't require them to have to start a chat or to say so. They can do so by the click of a button. This down here, breakout rooms. I'll go into breakout rooms in more detail later, but this essentially allows students to break off into smaller groups that you supervise and are able to see them working on their own. So you want to make sure that this is turned on. And then virtual background is really cool. It allows you to change your background behind you to a set image from the Zoom suite. So you want to make sure that that's turned on if you choose to use it. And then this one's also really cool down here, the waiting room. What this does is put students in a virtual waiting room while they're waiting for you to start the meeting. And then once all of the students have joined in the waiting room, then you can click and have everyone join at one time. You're also able to message students from the waiting room to say, just a minute, I'm just getting set up, and then I'll let you in shortly. This option here is also important if there's an issue whatsoever with them being able to open it in the app. This will allow them to join from their Chrome or Safari browser. These are just a few of the settings that I've gone through and seen that are important to turn on or off. You probably will want to go through and look with more detail to see which are the most important to you and the age of students that you teach. So those are the settings within Zoom. In the recordings, there's two different types of recordings. There's cloud recordings and there's local recordings. What this does is if you choose to record the entire Zoom meeting, the cloud will store it on the Zoom platform. Local recordings will allow you to save the file to your computer. So those are the two options there. depending on how you then want to be able to send recordings to students, or if you want to be able to send recordings to students, those are the two options that you have there. And then meetings, this is the page where you are going to go and schedule a new meeting. Those are just a few of the settings that you have within Zoom before you get started that you may want to check out prior to beginning working with meetings.